All right, so welcome to today's Unikernel application spotlight. Today we're looking at Lightpanda. Lightpanda is the future of browser automation. Okay, I'm sure you've seen quite a few different projects and services like this. Basically, scraping, right? But the more you dig into this project, at least from my point of view, the cooler it got. I've done a lot of scraping in the past, and so I know like a lot of the downsides and upsides of dealing with this. One of the main things that I've ran into versus avoiding things like web application firewalls and things of that nature, routing through proxies, whatever it is. One of the things, at least today in 2025, that you'll run into is the fact that so many websites out there are just chock full of JavaScript. And like they're basically non functional if you don't have JavaScript running. Well, what runs JavaScript? A JavaScript engine. And so, if we're talking about Chrome, that's V8, right? So that becomes a real issue, especially if you're doing something like session authentication, where you have to use JavaScript to initiate a session, which sucks, but some sites are just like that. Uh, so people have used other things in the past. If you're in Go, you might be using something like Go Rod. There's Puppeteer for like JavaScript, and I think Python has something similar. But they all spin up like a full-blown Chrome browser, which is obscene. Chrome takes a lot of memory. It runs pretty slow, and it's just heavyweight. So Lightpanda is something really cool because it speaks the Chrome data DevTools protocol. Basically, it interacts with all these existing software projects, but it doesn't actually run Chrome. And this is written in Zig, and they can show you the memory and the execution time metrics here. But yeah, I mean the metrics are kind of off the hook, and yeah, it's just really interesting. And so of course my first thought was like, oh, can I run it as a Unikernel, right? Because when you think about this, like there's other problems in Unikernel land with scraping too. Because if we start talking, oh well, we need something like Chrome. Well, what else do we need? A frame buffer. And so it's just like this never-ending loop of bullshit that you have to go through. So I'm super excited about this project. So obviously it's on GitHub. I just gave it a star because I'm interested in watching it. So the downside, I did not make a package of this. Usually, if you see a Unikernel Spotlight video, it comes with a package. I didn't do it on this one simply because I think it's still a little bit early. I mean, I'm like looking at a few issues that are not even like 2 or 3 days old that I was hitting. So I am going to make a package of this here soon, and so I'm watching it. So just chill out. We'll get to it. But yeah, basically you can do a dump, which I'm going to show you today just to show kind of the potential of this project. And then also, this is what you would normally really want to do is start the CDB server as a Union kernel, and then connect to it. He gives this little Puppeteer example here. Again, I didn't actually get this working. It's one of those things like where you want to use the nightly release to walk around something, but then that prevents you from running an existing example because it broke something else. So it's kind of at that stage. Anyways, so I'll show you how I got it running in nanos using the DOM dump for now, and then later on we'll come back and make a package. So let's pop into here. So I downloaded it, right? I just grabbed a binary. I didn't want to patch anything. And there's a few little tweaks that I did. Basically, there is a check, this manifest pass-through that we have to set, the uname. Essentially what this is doing, we actually ran into this with Tiger Beetle a handful of months ago. and we made a little thing for this. We actually added this functionality for Tiger Beetle, which is also written in Zig. Um, and it's essentially just a check to ensure that your quote kernel, they don't know we're not using Linux, right? But it's a check to make sure that your kernel has this IO urine operation that is what they might deem to be too new. We have it in nanos. We actually had to, again, we had to add support for it for Tiger Beetle. So I knew that we could just kind of fake this and it would work. Um, and so, like, you can use this little trick. There's some JVM projects that will demand to have certain releases and stuff, and you just fake it. We fake lots of stuff like this. Anyways, yeah, let's just show it in action. So this is like the Chrome DevTools protocol. Just starts up a server. Like I said, this is a little bit new. We're gonna package it once it's packageable. But then we'll run it with ops. And here I'm just gonna dump the DOM of their webpage, lightpanda.io. So see if it's going to actually work with me here. As you can see, this is why I didn't make a package. It's there's a few little quirks that it needs to get ironed out. But in this example, we went ahead and dumped the DOM. You can kind of see like here, there's other things that need to be worked out to kind of get it really kind of going and up to snuff. But this is really awesome. Like, I can see so much potential in this, and the whole like less resources written in Zig, running the browser, because it's necessary and so forth. But it's all packaged up in a Unikernel. That's what I'm pretty excited about, and I'm gonna be following this project. I would recommend you follow it too if you do anything in scraping. So that's about it. Till next time. Bye.